welcome to my show. I had a friend of mine ask if I could make a video about uncertainty and offer or provide a little meditation as well, so here I am. So uncertainty, if you look it up on Google, it literally says a state of being uncertain. So the best way to understand mental disturbances in your mind is you want to be able to relate to it, have a dialogue with it, because that way you maintain autonomy over what's happening in your brain and it doesn't overtake you. So I think the best way to relate to anything that's happening in your mind is you need to break it down. Break it down and find the root. And sometimes the best way to do that is to identify how uncertainty is making you feel in your body. So uncertainty often will make you feel nervous, not grounded. We also don't feel safe, and we feel anxious. And the reason why we feel this way really is because we are letting the unknown provoke fear in us and cripple us from being in this moment. Whoops! When you do that now in public, people are like, ah. Anyway, many of us are feeling uncertain right now, and this totally is a time of uncertainty, and I'm sure a lot of us feel really uneasy about what's going to happen with our finances, what's going to happen with our businesses, what's going to happen to our families. Like, there's so much uncertainty, there's so much unknown. With this video, I really want to make sure that I say that I'm not trying to say that this time isn't scary, because it's certainly crazy, and the truth is that it is an uncertain time. But an even deeper truth is that things are always uncertain. Like, anything can change in a single moment. And so with this video and with my words and with this little bit of a guided meditation, what I want to do is help you cultivate a healthier relationship with the unknown so that you don't cause yourself more misery than is necessary right now. And yes, sometimes it is necessary for you to allow yourself to feel miserable. So let's get started. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a meditation, so that way we can open up our minds, open up our hearts to receive the information that I'm going to share with you. Okay, so we're going to start together with a deep inhale and exhale, and I want you to think of this breath as a cleansing breath. So inhale and exhale. And I invite you to be dramatic, because when you are a little dramatic in your breaths, it really helps for some reason. So I want you to take a deep inhale, and when you do this, I want you to imagine you're inhaling the scent of something that you really like. So if it's like your boyfriend's scent, your favorite flower, your favorite food, just when you inhale, I want you to visualize that you are inhaling that scent. And then when you exhale, I want you to exhale as deeply as possible. So we'll do that together. Okay? Close your eyes and inhale, visualize, and exhale. We're gonna do that again. Inhale scent that you love. And exhale. Remember, if you want to be dramatic, if you have the space for that, if you want to be like, ah, it helps. One more time. Inhale, scent you love, flowers, pizza, and exhale. Now continue to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to listen to my words. I want you to let my words hit your eardrums and let that be a meditation in and of itself. Hear every vibration in my words, and let that be a way for you to focus your mind. Listen to the silence behind my words as I speak. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Wanderer, your footsteps are the path, and nothing else. Wanderer, there is no path. The path is made by walking. So let's take a deep inhale and exhale again with the intention of this being a cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale. You can open your eyes now as well if you have them closed. So now I'm going to share some perspectives with you. We live in a world where people just love to reduce everything to a concept, to an idea, and often those things are absolutely needed for us to understand difficult things. Also, we're very restricted by language in many times. We want to put things into words, and I think that our mind naturally wants to figure things out. I think that is just I think that's like an inherent mechanism in the brain to know things, to figure things out, to protect you from danger, because the most innate, or what's the word? I would say like the most basic function of your mind is to keep you alive, for you to survive. And what's interesting, and also what kind of sucks, is that the brain wants to know the future, and the truth is that the future is never known. I'm gonna drill that in today. We impose this kind of thinking on the mystery of our lives. That we need to know it needs to be known, we need to know exactly what's gonna happen, or else, The truth is that our lives are in a constant state of flux. It is ever changing, ever becoming, moment to moment. But we impose, this kind of thinking on something which can never be really known. With uncertainty, our mind starts to fill in the blanks, and it's like, oh, well, this is gonna happen, and this horrible thing is gonna happen, and usually it's like these catastrophic movies that your brain starts to play in your head, and it really causes people so much distress. So the next time that this happens to you, when you start to feel these uncertain feelings, when you start to imagine these like worst possible scenarios, I want you to, if you can, take a step back, and instead of falling into it, instead of giving it more momentum, I want you to sincerely ask yourself, do I really know what is certainly going to happen? Odds are you don't. And can you allow yourself to just live out the mystery of your life, and allow it to surprise you, maybe? Allow it to present to you opportunities and challenges, so that when the moment arrives, you can have all of your mental energy to figure it the fuck out. Yeah? And when the future arrives, can you trust yourself enough that when that moment comes, you will be able to handle it? Probably you can. Because probably you're a badass bitch or a amazing man. The thing is if you don't think that you could handle it, can you ask for help when that moment comes? You have the capability to let the unknown be something that you are curious about, as opposed to it being something that you're afraid of. Because, like I keep saying, that the most profound truth is that you really never know what's going to happen. and you really only have this moment to work with. Right now, especially, you have to remember that everybody's on the same page right now, but there is so much that is unknown, like globally. And it kind of helps in ways for me to remind myself right now that I'm like, okay, like, this sucks, but this sucks for everyone. And I don't know what's gonna happen, but nobody else knows what's gonna happen either. And it has been quite helpful for me to tap into that I'm like, I'm not alone right now. Because I think what a lot of times makes things feel worse is when you think you're alone, but you aren't alone. I just wanted to mention a really wonderful book that I found in London, and it's amazing. It's called The Wisdom of Not Knowing. And this incredible lady, she's a psychoanalyst, and she uses a lot of Kabbalistic teachings and tools to help us to get a different, perspective on the unknown and let it be something that's really, amazing. Like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Like I was kind of saying, engaging more of a curious perspective as opposed to one that is filled with fear. So yeah, if there is anything else that you guys would like me to talk about and you have any questions, I would be so happy to make another video. It really helps when people give me ideas, because then I can just like boom, dive into it. I'm trying to access like how I'm feeling personally, because I feel like usually if you tap into your genuine feelings, odds are the people are probably feeling it too. So that's all I have for you today, and thank you so much for tuning in, and see you soon.